What it is, what it's looking like, man. You already know who it is. It's your dog Trey, man. Come on, you know who it is. Make sure y'all like that like that like button, smash that like button, pound that like button, you know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. You know, help the boy out, helps the channel out. I appreciate the love and support. If you're watching this, you already know. Father Troy, I never lead you astray, you heard me? So I'm just gonna go over a few team updates, you know, a few tips as well for you guys, to let you guys know what's been going on, what you guys should be doing for your MUT teams, and actually who is the best quarterback to use right now. You heard me? Let's get right into that. So first and foremost, before we get into the updates, we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. You heard me? We're gonna get right down to the juices, and we're gonna talk about the best goddamn quarterback in the game right now, or who is the best quarterback. It all depends. Hey, you see I got Joe Shiesty. You know, Joe Cool, baby Burrow, you heard me? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LSU, man. You know, hey, listen. This dude right here, a goddamn monster. I tell you what, there, you better listen to me, y'all. He a goddamn monster. He a goddamn beast. You know what I'm saying? And hey, listen, the dude be throwing hot lasers, hot steamy, because he's shiesty with it, baby. Now listen, you got a couple quarterback options that you have this year. Well, not this year, but right now. A couple quarterback options that you have right now that, you know, I would say you can't go wrong with. And Joe Shiesty, he's one of them. You can't go wrong with him. He gets set feet lead for 2. I wish this right here was pass lead elite. I think they kind of messed him up a little bit, because if pass lead elite was 2, oh man. I mean, this is cool. Increased throw power with leading passes with set feet. So this is like in the pocket, you know what I'm saying? In the pocket, not moving. As long as you're not moving, it's going to, you know, be basically kind of be like gunslinger, pretty much. So it's kind of like pass lead elite. Pass lead elite is only with bullet passes, but this right here, I think, it's basically the same thing, guys. It's basically the same exact thing, but this is only applies to bullet passes. I think it doesn't matter if you're out of the pocket, if you're on the run as well. If you're out of the pocket, it still would do the same thing. But the difference is with this one, you have to be standing still, you know what I'm saying? And we're not throwing on the run anyway. We're not doing much of that anyway, so they're kind of the same ability, but passive elite is honestly a little better. But to keep going, fearless, you gotta have fearless on your quarterback, dog. If you have to have a quarterback that has fearless for a discounted rate, whether it's 0 AP, whether it's 1 AP, whether it's 2 AP. Anything above 2 is kind of like because you need gunslinger and you need set feet lead or pass lead elite as well to go along with gunslinger. So when you think about Joe Burrow card, he gets 1 AP fearless, which is good, which is great. We save AP on that. He gets 0 AP gunslinger. Cool, great. We ain't spending nothing on that. You know what I'm saying? And then the 2 for set feet lead. So basically, you know, that's the combination. You need to have this combination right here. If not set feet lead, it needs to be pass it elite. You gotta have gunslinger and you gotta have fearless. These combinations is what's going to be key for your quarterback, and that's how you know that you got you a good quarterback, bro, because you go save AP and they're going to throw the ball with good velocity down the field, and is going to limit the amount of interceptions out of sacks and throwing the ball retarded across the field when you got pressure in your face. Hey, fearless nullifies all that, man. As far as the other quarterbacks that I could say, okay, I see why you would use them, that, you know, just like Joe Burrow, you can put in work with them. These are the quarterbacks I'm going to tell you guys about. So of course you have the Brady tribute. Obviously you have the Tom Brady tribute card, which is a 99 overall, so it's going to be less a little bit more expensive for the pockets, because let's see how much he's going for now. So he's still going for $1 million. So this card right here, his release is pretty good. Not the best, but his release is pretty good. And I know for a fact, this dude, he gets the gunslinger for 0. I believe he gets the pass lead elite for 1, or I mean not the pass lead elite. He gets the what's that ability called? The fearless. I think he gets that for 1 or 0. And he gets pass lead elite for 1 or 0 as well. and he gets like what's it called, the Hot Rod Master. I think that's 0. So this dude ability buckets are insane. They are crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, his ability buckets are insane. So when you think about the other quarterbacks that you can use at this very moment, Tom Brady is the other quarterback I will put in the same mix with Joe Shiesty as far as quarterback's concerned. So let me pull it up right quick. Gunslinger 0 AP, Fearless 1 AP, High Rod Master 1 AP, Identifier 0 AP, Set Feet Lead 2 AP. You know what I'm saying? So actually I think his pass lead elite may be a little bit more than what I thought. I think he gets pass lead elite for maybe 2 or 3, or maybe 4. Yeah, it looks like his pass lead elite will be 4, kind of like Joe Burrow's. So you'd have to rock Set Feet Lead on him. The same way that I'm running it on Joe Burrow, you pretty much have to run that same combination with Tom Brady. So that's the other guy. But the problem with him is he going for 1 milli. He's still going for 1 milli, bro. You know what I'm saying? The other guy is probably, still at this very moment, I would still say that John Elway is still a pretty good quarterback if you have him. I'm pretty sure his price done dropped a lot. Yeah, so I mean he going for $479. So I know he has been a little nerfed, but I mean John Elway at this point in time, he's still a quarterback. I would say he's probably he might be the best budget quarterback. If you could get if you got enough coins, 500K to spend on this guy, I would say he is probably the best budget quarterback to use. Just based off the fact that, like I said, his price has dropped tremendously, and I mean he gets pretty good ability buckets as well, and he got good throw power. All the other throwing stats are pretty good. Like I said, his throw release is pretty good too. It gets 1 AP Gunslinger, 1 AP Fearless, 2 AP Set Feet Lead. So right there with that combination, that's 4 AP, man. That's 4 AP right there that you guys will be using on him pretty much the same way as Joe Burrow, but we're saving 1 AP with Joe Burrow or Tom Brady. So as far as budget quarterbacks go, John Elway, and I will also say I can vouch for this guy right here. I used him for a little while, and he put in a lot of work for mine. It's Steve Young, man. It's Steve Young. He's about 400K. He's another card. His ability buckets aren't the best. I will tell y'all that. As far as the abilities go, I mean, his ability buckets could be way better because you actually can't have Fearless on this guy. And that's the bad thing about his card is that, yeah, you can have what's it called? You can have Gunslinger on him, and you can have what's the other, Gunslinger and Pass Lead Elite. So he is one of the cards that actually gets Pass Lead Elite for a little cheap. He gets Pass Lead Elite for 2. I believe maybe because he's an improviser, I'm guessing. I don't know. But he gets Pass Lead Elite for 2, Gunslinger for 1. But the problem with his card is his 1 AP Gunslinger and his 1 AP Fearless is in the same exact slot. And that's what messes up his card. That they're in the same slot, so you have to pick and choose. You pretty much have to pick and choose in between Fearless and Gunslinger with his card. And I think you have to go with Gunslinger because the ball would just come out way too slow if you don't choose that, which is the L for this card, because you have to choose in between Gunslinger and Fearless. You can't have both. So what I was rocking on him was 1 AP Gunslinger and 2 AP Pass Lead Elite. He was getting the ball out really good with those, but the Fearless was ultimately hurting me in the long run, bro. That Fearless, not having Fearless, was hurting me, dog. It was hurting me. And you see how much he's going for. And then let me see. Joe Burrow, we can see how, how much Joe Shiesty going for. Let's see how much Joe Shiesty going for, man. Joe Shiesty, where you at? Okay, so he's down. He's at 600K. It's I think I spent about 700 something K making this dude goddamn set. But if you want to say that he's also a budget card, then hey, if 600K is a budget card, then goddamn, he's a budget beast. Then he's a budget beast. But I don't believe I can't say he's a budget card. Anything probably 400, like 400 something K and below, I could probably say that is a budget card, because 600K is still kind of sort of expensive for most people. But Joe Burrow, you see where his price is at. But as far as other quarterbacks, I mean, if we just go through the list here and we just go like to the higher overall quarterbacks, just to give y'all some insight of what other quarterbacks are potentially good cards and ones that I see a lot of people using. Besides those cards I named, I see a lot of people that use the Lamar Jackson. Obviously, his ability slots aren't the best either, but I think he does get past the leading gunslinger for good amounts. I think Fearless is the problem with him, but he has good speed and his throwing stats are good. I do see a lot of people using Mr. Truz, Lamar Jackson. So if you wanted to go Lamar Jackson route, I wouldn't complain, but I will say that he has a bad reputation for throwing very, very stupid passes at very, very bad times. I will say that about him. As far as the other ones, I would not recommend Joe Flacco. I would not recommend Lil Tiny, Kyler Murray. The Pat Mahomes card, this one, no, do not even do it. His ability buckets are straight ass. Do not get the 97 overall Pat Mahomes. Don't do it. Please don't do it. You heard me? Just don't do it. Let me see. Besides that, Russell Wilson, no. Geno Smith, no. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Jalen Hurts, I would say possibly. He's an LTD. Jalen Hurts will probably be a pretty good card, and I believe he gets every NFC team chem. If I'm not mistaken, he gets every team chem for NFC. So I'm not sure how good that card is. Let me know if y'all know about Jalen Hurts. I know he was pretty good earlier on when he had the other card. But yeah, I mean, Dante Culpepper, I would say no as well because of his release and his ability buckets. But yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty much the cards I would say. Joe Shiesty, John Elway, Steve Young, Tom Brady. And if you want to go Pat Mahomes, you would have to go to Super Bowl MVP Pat Mahomes. The Super Bowl MVP Pat Mahomes does have good ability slots, and I believe his release is decent. So if you want to go Pat Mahomes, this is the one that you will go and use. That's the one. But cost efficient wise, the best QB in my eyes, when you talk about how they perform on the field, ability slots, and cost efficient wise, you can't go wrong with that boy Joe Burrow. You heard me? You can't go wrong with Joe Shiesty. So that's the one that I would recommend that you guys go and use. You know, but I guess, shoot, we spent the whole goddamn video on quarterbacks. We got to get a team update later. You see, we got Jalen Watson, Bo Jackson. Those are just a couple of dudes. We're going to get into that the next video. You dig? But until next time, y'all stay blessed. Be easy, stay breezy, man.